So what is up, fellow YouTubers? My name's Mike, this is the MDh Automotive channel, and I welcome you. Today I want to start out by saying thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who has liked the videos, given me thumbs up, people who have commented, people who have supported the channel over the past year. Yes, MDh Automotive, which started out as MDh 5169, has been going now officially for a year. If you look back, you'll see that I did have a couple videos prior to this, but it was June 2nd of 2017 that I decided to go ahead and retire from my full-time job, and I knew that I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to do videos on automotive, and so a week later I got in there and did my very first official video on this truck right here, and it's just been great ever since. I've enjoyed it, I've had fun with it. I've had fun talking about my collection, talking about automotive memorabilia, going to car shows and events and things like that, talking about automotive news, showing you guys other people's vehicles, and it's been a blast. It's exactly what I intend to continue doing for the next year and 2 and 3, and as long as you guys will have me, and as long as things are going good and I'm enjoying it and you're enjoying it, I'm going to be here. We're going to keep doing the same format and the same forum, and we're just going to have fun. So thank you so much, I appreciate it. So today, basically, this video is going to focus around car collecting. Since it's been a year, this is really about car collecting. I mean, you guys have seen so many vehicles come in and out of the shop. You've seen me buy, sell, trade, and everything like that. I figured I would just go ahead and throw my 2 cents in there for maybe someone who's not necessarily already collecting, but maybe they're thinking about getting into the car collecting, the car hobby world, and just not really too sure about it. I just want to throw my 2 cents in there. Take it for what it's worth. It's just my opinion. I certainly welcome your opinions. You can comment below, send me a message on Instagram or what have you. I would love to hear what your thoughts on it, but really that's what I want to talk about today. So let's get started. So if you follow the channel, you've heard me talk about it. This 1965 pickup has been with me now for 33 years. My dad bought it brand new. He gave it to me just prior to my 16th birthday, so it's really kind of responsible for everything that's in here right now. It's really the catalyst, what started everything and got everything going, and the very first vehicle in this collection. Now, when I got the truck, I didn't have a lot of money, so I was just doing little things here and there that I could do to the truck to fix it up and make it nice. And I drove it throughout high school, into junior college. First year of junior college, I can still remember driving into school one morning and a rock flew up, hit the truck, and essentially chipped the paint on the truck. So at that point I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to daily drive this anymore. I'm going to find some little vehicle that I can just drive back and forth to school, run around with and everything like that, and just use this on special occasions. So essentially it ended up becoming kind of a collector vehicle. So I ended up buying a 1970 Volkswagen Bug for the whopping sum of $950 and drove that Bug for several years. I beat on that car. I ran it through its paces. I took it everywhere, did everything with it, and the car never complained. It was a great little car. I can still remember being at junior college one day, and I'm talking to a classmate of mine about the car, and I'm kind of talking about the design of the Volkswagen Bug and a little bit of probably history on it and things like that I do. Just a couple of things that I had on my mind about the car and that I liked about the car, and he looked at me and he said, you know what, I predict that someday you're going to be a car collector. And I remember thinking, I don't see that. I don't see that happening at all. Well, 30 years later, here I am, and I think I would classify as a car collector. Not as big as some collections, but maybe a little bit bigger than others. I just collect what I like. There's no rhyme or reason to my collection. If I like the vehicle and I can afford it and I can swing it and I've got the room, I'll buy it. That's just kind of the way I am. So with that being said, let me just give a few ideas and thoughts that I have on car collecting. Let me just say, when I talk about car collecting, I'm talking about buying a vehicle that you don't use as a daily driver. A vehicle that you're going to, you know, maybe fix up or what have you, but it's gonna essentially, a vehicle that's gonna essentially be a weekend toy, maybe occasionally drive back and forth to work or use it for errands or what have you, but it's not gonna be your primary mode of transportation. Now, some people do buy vehicles and they use it as their primary mode of transportation and fix them up, and that's certainly fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm leaning more towards the vehicle that's kind of sits over there in the corner of the garage or what have you, and you take it out once in a while, you fix it up, you do things to it, and you really buy it you buy it more for pleasure than for the utilitarian purpose that most vehicles are used for, you know, mode of transportation, get you from A to B, that type of thing. So that's what I'm really talking about. And the best advice that I would give to somebody if they're thinking about getting into the car collecting world is collect what you like. Collect what you are passionate about. Don't collect what your friends think you should collect or what the mainstream thinks you should collect. Get something that's special to you. If you have fond memories of a Ford Pinto, your family had a Ford Pinto, your brother, your best friend or whatever, and you just thought that was the coolest car in the world, buy it, enjoy it, have a good time with it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing that says you've got to go out and get a Camaro or a Corvette or a Hemi Cuda or anything like that. You know, buy what you like, buy what you enjoy, because in the long run, when it's all said and done, you're the one that's paying for the vehicle. You're the one that's paying for the upkeep, the insurance, the registration. You're the one that's going to go out and drive the vehicle. You're the one that's going to go out and see it sitting there in your garage or your shop. And you're the one that's got to enjoy it. And for me, a big part of car collecting is being able to come out into the shop and enjoy the vehicles and look at the vehicles and say, yeah, I like this vehicle because of this and that vehicle because of that, and it means something to me because of this, or this has a special meaning for me or a special story behind it. So collect what you like. Also, when I talk about car collecting, I'm not just talking about old cars or specialized cars or whatever. It could be anything. I mean, it could be a Toyota Camry. It can be newer vehicles like what you see in the background. It could be older vehicles like what you see in this other background. It's a matter of what is special to you and what you enjoy, what you're passionate about. That's what it's all about. And I guarantee you, whatever you decide that you want to collect, there are other enthusiasts out there with like minds, like attitudes, forums out there, car clubs out there, specifically around the specific vehicle that you're interested in. You just got to get online, get out there, do some research, and look around. Which brings me to my next point. Another real big benefit to getting into the car hobby is you will meet some of the nicest people ever out there. 99 out of 100 people are very cool, very down to earth, very eager to help, very enthusiastic to help or to turn you on to somebody else that's maybe having a similar problem or similar situation that you're having with your vehicle. And it's like a network of people, and everybody's very happy to help. Good times, friendly people. So like I said before, I have met so many people through the car hobby that it's just great. I mean, you can walk up to a stranger who's got a cool car at a gas station and they'll be happy to sit there and start chatting with you about their vehicle and telling you about it or what have you. And that's another really cool thing too, is when you have something that's kind of cool that you're into and that you made your own or what have you, you do get a lot of people who are also interested in that vehicle who will come up to you if they see you out and about at a car show or event or out at a restaurant or whatever, and they'll say, hey, nice car, and strike up a conversation. And again, you'll meet some very, very nice people. So that is another very big bonus to this hobby. It's full of great people. Now really the last point that I want to touch on is the investment aspect of it. I would strongly recommend against going out and trying to turn this into a business. Don't think that you're going to be able to buy a vehicle at this point and sell at this point and make all this money, because it really 9 times out of 10 does not happen. Now, for me personally, I've had some vehicles that I've done very well on, I've come up on, but I've had as many, if not more, vehicles that I've lost on. And probably if I were to sit there and figure it out, I probably lost more money than I've made when I've sold or bought and sold vehicles. That being said, I'm also the type of person that when I do go to sell a vehicle, I like to give a person a very, very good deal on the vehicle. I figure if I'm done with it and I'm ready to move on to something else, then I want to see it go on to a good home, someone who's going to appreciate it, going to enjoy it. So I want to be able to help them get into the vehicle. I'm not going to give the vehicle away, but I do want to make sure that I sell it at a fair price and I'm full disclosure as far as stuff like that goes. So don't be thinking that you're going to go out and make a ton of money, or it's going to be a great investment. However, I do think that every vehicle I have in here is a good investment. Number one, it's a good investment just for the pure pleasure that I get out of the vehicle. Every one of these vehicles I enjoy. Now there are some vehicles I know that are depreciating. They're not making any money. There are other vehicles in here that are appreciating. And for me, I can stick my money in the stock market, I can watch it grow, I can get these statements every quarter about how much money I've made, and that's wonderful, that's great. But sticking my money into stuff like this out here that you see behind me, I can go out and enjoy this vehicle. I can go out and drive the vehicle, I can do things to it, I can do projects on it, I can go out and look at the vehicle. I know it's always here. It's a tangible asset that I can touch, I can feel, I can see. And if for some reason I did need some money, then okay, I'll just sell a vehicle. and I've got the money that I need, no big deal. So for me, they are in great investments in that respect. Now, what I usually do, and you probably notice this, is I don't really buy project vehicles. That's not my thing. There are some people that do, and if you've got a vehicle that's very special to you, maybe it's got a sentimental meaning, or it's a vehicle you're going to keep for a long time, then yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going out, doing a frame-up restoration, putting the time, putting the money into it. But the thing is, when you do that, 9 times out of 10, whatever you're going to stick into the vehicle to get it to where you want to get it to, you probably only get about half that in return. That's just kind of the way it ends up working out. If you're lucky, you might get 2/3, but you really never ever get your money back. And you'll hear that said time and time again in this hobby. So I tend to try to buy vehicles that are pretty much done, pretty much at the point they need to be. Maybe I need to do a few small things here and there, or a few personal touches or what have you, which I don't mind doing. But for the most part, they're pretty much done. They're pretty much together. They're pretty much set up, and I don't have to put a lot of money and time into them. And if you guys follow the channel, I've had some vehicles that I get them and I think, oh, I'll have to do just this little bit, and it ends up snowballing into something more. And I've got a couple vehicles right now that are down that have become much bigger projects than I anticipated. So you kind of have to anticipate that. You have to plan for that, and whatever you think you're going to put into a vehicle, you probably should about double it. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. But the joy that you get from the vehicle, the joy that you get from having that vehicle, to be able to, like I said, come out into your shop, your garage, or what have you, and see it, be able to drive it and enjoy it and know that is your vehicle, it's priceless in my opinion. So if you're going to get into it, definitely having a passion, do your research. Whatever you decide that you want to buy or you want to get, definitely do your research on it, the pros, the cons, ups, the downs, what to look for, what not to look for, what to worry about, and everything like that. You will be happy in the long run. It's definitely worth it. So definitely do your research, and know what's a good price, and pay what you're comfortable for when you do buy that vehicle. So in closing, yes, if you're thinking about getting into the car hobby, I highly recommend it. It's a great hobby for all the reasons that I stated, and many more that I'm sure you guys can come up with. That being said, I am going to end this video and again say thank you for an incredible year. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the next year, and we're gonna have some fun. We definitely got some projects going on, some things planned out there. We've definitely got some car events we're gonna go to, some other people's vehicles we want to go check out, and plus anything and everything that does come up along the way. And trust me, there are always things that come up along the way. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. It means so much to see new subscribers on a daily basis. I really appreciated that. Love the comments, guys. You guys are outstanding. I love the comments and the support, so please keep the comments coming. As always, my Instagram and P.O. Box will be in the description below. And with that, God bless, take care, have an absolutely amazing day.